Good afternoon. How are we all today? Right, let's get started, shall we? I've got a little poll up on YouTube to have people decide if we're going left or right today. No idea which one's going to be which, but yeah. If this helps you decide, we've got right, which goes down into this little valley. Then we've got some broken bridges and stuff. All left goes up onto this little plateau, and then we've got a little castle up there too. We'll give it a couple more minutes just in case anyone wants to put in a vote. But at the moment, left is winning. Oh my goodness, it's feeling a little bit humid at the moment. Okay. Right, we'll leave it there so we're not waiting too long. Left has won. So thank you for whoever voted. We are doing non-boxy today. Ooh, no rectangular regions. Interesting. So, I assume that counts as a rectangular region. So we've got to do at least that, and then we can't go back on ourselves. This has to be at least that, and then we've got one last shape there. Easy enough. Non-boxy still. 1, 2, 3, which could keep going. So maybe if we start from the other side. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, lots of lines. So that's got to get out there. But then this can't be a separate region. Can't go up or down. Could in theory go to the right, but I'm thinking... Oh, I'm thinking it will actually. Look at that. Gonna be a new little region. Be a region there. So there's going to be a new region between here. Oh, oh no, that can't go to the right. I was a little quick on the draw. This has to be a new region. This is going to have to go up to the left and up again. This has to fill out that, and that fills out that. Next, got Gemini. So these two are going to have to be the same shape. That's going to be interesting. They are the same shape at the moment. And then, like, that can fill in there. No, they're not the same shape. Oh no, they're not quite the same shape. That needs to extend one more. And then that goes in there. Ooh, that's a inappropriate mind went somewhere. Okay, precision. All regions are exactly 3, so they're all going to be these little things. Let's make this one green, not orange. Yeah, that does need to go that way. Fill that out there and there. It's going to have to be there to fill out this corner. That can't go up because then we're left with a bit of a pickle. There we go. Area numbers this time. Over 3 we can do straight away. 4 that's going to have to go there. This 5 will wiggle out. 6 has to wiggle out. This 7... going to have to take all of that and get out here. What are we up to there? 6. So that's going to have to go to the left to make 7 and not be boxy. That is now 5. That can take 1 more. I don't know if these 2 5s are going to be the same region. I think they will be, because if they're not, we end up making a boxy region. So we can complete it like that. Okay. And now we've opened up. Let's just start on this left-hand side and move our way over. Up, 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 up. They're all going to be separate regions. Say that much. These 3 is going to have to go to the right. This 4 is going to go up and to the left. That 3 will go to the left. This can't be the 4 region. So this 4 is going to have to do a little kinky like that. 3, 4, 5 there, and then 4 there. I'm going straight for a 3. Let's do it. So this 3 will connect with this 3. Or will it? It could be that. And then you have like this little cascade of 3s. Well, this bottom right corner is probably the better place to start, actually. Because that can't go up or to the left. It does have to go exactly there. And then this 3 can also only go there. And that means this 4 has to get out, and this 3 is forced there. This 4 goes up here, and then takes one of these 2. This 4 will hit here and go to the right, which now completes that other 4. 5 has to get out. These 5s are going to connect, right? Because we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 spots available. And the same with these 4. They're going to have to connect because there's only 5 spots available. can't be boxy, so it will have to be that shape. That now gets that 3 there, that 3 there, that 3 there, and finishes with the 5. Cool. Anything hiding first? Or we keep moving on? Not really. 2. Non-boxy, we just got a 4 and a 5. Well, this 4 can't take any of the spots in this little region that it's blocking. Because it's always then going to turn into something being a boxy. So it's just a little 3 here. The same can't necessarily be said about this 5, because we can go up like that. But it does need to at least take 1, which forces the 4 up. Then we've got this 2x2, which needs to be broken, so the 4 can do that. Gives us a 3 there. So that's the alternative for what the 5 can do. But then, again, you cannot, like with the 4, take any of the extra pieces. So that 5 does go there, and then you have another 5 here. Four, 4, 4, and 3. How many? So we've got 16. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then a 3. So these 4s are going to need to connect at the bottom here. And this won't be able to put out of this 4, so this is going to have to come out. It can't go up and to the right to complete its 4, because then it's locking the other 4 out. So it needs to go right here at least. And then it can either go up, up, or right. Now this 4 is sort of trapped to these 4 squares. So it's going to have to work its way out of here to become a non-boxy 4. And it's probably going to complete that. Yeah, because we need a 4, a 4, a 5, and a 3. So that's a 5 here, and that completes the 4 there. Polyominoes. I don't think this T can have any other construction other than that. Because anything else is gonna cause... Oh, it could do that. But it's always got to press up against this right-hand side like that. Because otherwise you're giving it an impossible shape up at the top. So it takes these 2 at least. Now what can we do with this S? Can't do that. Could do that in theory, but then it's breaking up at the top there. So it can't be going to the right without like doing something like that. In fact, that does it. And we've got a T in the top, whoops, and an L in the bottom. We're all wrapped up. Ooh, hello. Rose windows and non-buxy. So, I've got these blues that need to be separate. I mean, all of these blues are going to be different regions. It seems like there's multiple ways. I mean, can't take this red, because otherwise it's forced to be a 2x2. So that means this purple takes the red. And that now means this can't take that red. So this is a new region. Well, not a new region, actually. We're going to have to connect it with one of our existing regions, and the only one it can do that with is this blue on the top right. So that gives us our purple region as well. This bottom blue region is going to have to go underneath the green to break it up. Right? No. No, that doesn't work. Huh. What have I done wrong? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I think because I had that green selected initially, I was like, well, that means that's the only red that this can get. Maybe. I definitely did something wrong anyway, but I can start with that. So, right, let's rethink about this. Let's get the sketchy out. Oh, does this work? No. I need to figure out how to set them up, if I can. I've got a drawing tablet. But they tend to be funny in games. Right, anyway. So we could be trying to look at inaccessible spots. So this blue can't pick up this red or this red. So it has to take one of these. No, I don't think that's too helpful. What's maybe more useful is this blue in the bottom left. So it can't get to that red. So it is going to have to take this red. So that's the only one it can get to. Which now means, yeah, so that has a cascading effect on this green. which can now only take this red circle. This green region now can't take this green window because then it is blocking off this yellow and it makes a boxy region. So this has to go up to this green. Oops. Which now means this green can only be taken by this blue region. This blue can't go on to take the yellow because then it's a boxy, so it has to go up and take this yellow. And I think now I have seen the rest of the solution. So this blue can now only pick up this green, which means this region has to pick up that green. And then we go, we have finished. And we trapped in a house. Ooh, more rose windows. And non-boxy. So they're all separate regions. That's going to have to get out here. It's going to have to not be boxy, so we'll have to go around the corner there. That means... no, I've made some assumptions. This is still true, though. This is all true. Yeah. This can take that blue. And it goes up here to be non-boxy. Then this pink grabs this blue, and this blue region wraps all the way around to grab that blue. There we go. There's something pleasing about these colours. Nice sort of pastel-y. Strawberry mint. I don't know. Oh boy. So if we start with splitting up some of these regions. I mean, all of these are going to be separate regions. This red. That's the only way it can be non-boxy. That now gives this stuff room to get out. This has to go up to not be boxy. This has to go up, this has to go up, and then left to not be boxy. This can now go left to not be boxy. This has to go up. This can't go right, because this is now very penned in. That's the only way that can be non-boxy. That now forces that to be left and non-boxy. This has to keep going all the way over to here. Gives these a bit. That completes this region. This has to keep coming up and out there to, whoops, not be boxy. This has to keep coming out here. That keeps coming out. That's completed. That's a non-boxy. That's a non-boxy. That's completed up there. And then... oh, Gordon Sun soundtrack, yes. Excellent game, love it. So this bottom right little yellow, it has to at least go to the left. Because it could go up and to the left to be non-boxy, or it could just go straight over to the left and then up. It's always going to have to take that. That now means this has to take this on the right to not be boxy. That finishes this. And that actually, yeah, that completes the puzzle, because now that has to go up there and that has to go down there to complete the non-boxiness. Outside the box. Restore the non-boxy window. But we're not done. No. Keep following the path. Ooh, hello. Polyominoes. Big polyominoes. That sort of has multiple ways it could go, I think. So yeah, it could either do that. Let's just brace that in. Or it could do... Okay, man, there we go. That. But I think that might be the only two options, because anything else will be making this little 1x1 that we can't have. So doesn't feel like we've got much to go on. We've got those two tiles that we know will be. Hang on. Is it also always this one in the top right? Yeah, so it's actually those 3 in a row that were always taken, I think. So maybe that gives us something. And then we've got this shape. Which again, sort of feels like probably has... Well, it's got 3 down the middle. So I think with this tile now, that is the only way that that can fit in. Okay, let's try that. That gives us this little bit here. Then... No, this doesn't seem right either. Oh no, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Yeah, that could fit in there, and then we've got the little corner. Cool. Like, there's some of these shapes that I sort of want to fill in. They just feel like they go in certain places. Weird. But I don't think that's right at all. Well, I think this one has to be right. I think that has to go around this donut, or around like a donut. Because anywhere else it goes, like even if it could fit in, it would always be leaving this 1x1. So that has to go. We then have this little bit that has to go up there. And then this U does only fit in there, I think. Oh no, it could fit that way. Okay. But it always takes these 3. It's either that or that. Yeah, I don't think there's another way that that could be built. This big U, I think, can only fit in there. It could go that way, but you leave a little bit at the bottom. Same for if it goes upside down. So I think that's right. And then we've got that to fill out that space. Now this, it can't go there because you have a 1x1 in the top corner. So, like that? No, that doesn't work. Oh, what about that, but sort of inverted? Yeah, so if it goes this way... No, because I haven't got a 1x1 in there. There's that as well. Oh, this bit rotated to the left. Yeah, rotate anti-clockwise. Like that. Yeah, and then we have that there. This fills out the rest of that shape. And then the U fills in there. And we end up with a T to finish off. Okay. There's two. Oh, we've got palisades on this one. Oh, I have a little stretch. My neck is going a bit funny. Oh. Okay, right. Where can we start with this? Well, I feel like if any one of these palisades I don't know, there's just something about well, at least two of them have to go horizontal, right? And like it could be those two, as a quick example. But then you sort of got... So these two middle ones, if either of those go horizontal, then the whole line across the middle has to become horizontal. Oh no, not the whole line actually. Only one side would have to. There's the other one. It's the only way it can make a non-boxy shape. I think I've just cracked it actually. Yeah, if I put lines on all of this, it's going to solve. Yeah, that one I feel is maybe a little bit more. Not that it's complicated, but like the explanation, the thinking there feels a bit. I don't know, abstracted somehow. Okay. Again, we've got the palisades, and then all next to each other. So if any one of them goes vertically, the whole stack goes vertically. But in this case, that does just straight up break things. That means they all have to go horizontal. Just heard the music as well. Mr. Greenhill. Mr. Greenhill. Greenhill, Greenhill. Okay. So this yellow needs to go further to be able to get a kink in somewhere. This purple can't go down, otherwise it locks off this bit. So that has to go further. Now there's something about all of this in the top. Because, let's have a think. If this yellow region comes up, oh, okay, yeah, if the yellow region comes up, it could like wrap around, and then you'd have it like that. And then this purple would fill out to the right, going up, and then you'd have another region in the bottom here. Which you do actually need to have anyway. Yeah, that is just it. Oops. Make this blue at the bottom. Yellow goes around there, blue goes around there. Glimmer notes make it look pretty. Another one inside the house. Okay. Same logic again. Any one of these palisades go horizontally, the whole line has to. So they're all vertical. These ends, they're not going to go down because that's just going to lock them out. So they need to go up and out. Gives us these in the bottom corners as well now. This has to keep on going straight, and then that means it has to link up with this, otherwise that can't complete. This can't be a straight, that has to be a corner. This needs to keep on going, so this can't go any further. This needs to keep on going. That pushes that out and over there. It gives us a complete shape there, and then this fills out the last little bit. A hard one? No, that's only a 3. Okay. Do this one just before the mirror then, shall we? Ooh. Non-boxy, palisade, and solitude. Each region contains a single symbol. And that is a must as well. So. This little region in the bottom right has me scratching my head straight away. So I mean, we can put these lines in to break these all up. This blue in the bottom right can't go up, otherwise we're trapping stuff in. So that just has to be a little L there. Well, we've got that at the top. This one, that is a corner that's actually complete, so that has to take all of those, which now leaves you with this that needs to be taken, which then makes it boxy, so it has to escape one more. This dead end has to get out, has to have a kink. That gives us a dead end that has to go out here, so that's complete. This is a corner now with two edges, so that not completes, but extends. That means there has to be a wall between this blue and yellow. This is a dead end that has to escape, same with that now. And they have corners like so. This one could keep going, in theory. This needs to escape and have a bend. That completes both of them. This now has to escape like that. That completes that. Right. This has to escape. This is now a corner there. Completes here. This needs to get a corner. And this needs a corner too. There we go. It's a little phallic, don't you think? Sorry. Do this. Right. We've got Delta and Gemini this time. So we'll start with the Gemini side. Has to be at least that. Delta side also has to be at least that. Well, this can't go back on itself, at least. How is this gonna fit in as the same shape? It's a 4x2 currently. That's the only way that can fit in, right? Yeah. So that will be that. This will be a nice big corner. This has to complete there. Got a little L there. Got an S there and an L. There's our silver window. Keep working our way up here. Right, we've got a couple of dead ends, so just non-boxy and Gemini for this one. Can't go back on itself. That's going to be really interesting to try and entangle. Because as it stands, we've only got a T that we're working with here. But there's no way this can fit a T in, right? And if it goes around enough, then it's blocking off the T from expanding to be able to actually match across the Gemini. So this has to go down, has to go right, so it can't go right at the top bit. This T does need to extend. It will have to extend more. It has to extend down at least, and now it's a H. This is a new region at the top. So we could just like throw the H in there. And the H can only go one more, but if it did go one more, it hits the other Gemini. And then you've got to figure out a way. Yeah, that's just impossible with what you're working with. So, yes, that is the shape that we're looking at here. So, is there another way that this H can be constructed? Because I don't think there is. I think it has to be that. It is doing that. Then this region at the top has to come down. I think it's going to be a little funky sort of FT shape, whatever that's meant to be. Have this little long S. That would fit in there, yeah. And then we've got an L to finish it. Cool. This one at the top of the clip. Ooh. We're going to do that at least. Now this is interesting. The delta and double Gemini there. That is going to make these tricky to fit in, let's say. Makes me think. Well, there is kind of a limit on what can be done. Like that can't fit, right? There's not enough room. So at most it's 4. It's 3 or 4. It means it's either that or that. And we can say the same on the other side, right? One of them will break the symmetry. This will be a new region. So, what? Just trying to think if there's a weird way that, like, this all interacts. So let's say this is an S. That would have to be an S at the top. Now both of these two need to be S's. This one is quite limited on what can fit. Yeah, because it can only do that. It leaves you with a single, a 1x1. So, this is just a 3 size L. That will have to go up there to fit that head. That means this is the S. And now we've got this shape which can only finish as a 5. Gonna have to then fit that in here. Possibly like that, but not too sure. And then we'll have to do the same on this bit, but it can't grab that. So it'll be these 4 and then going up or right, but it will actually be going up. I can see that already. Get an L in there. This is going to have to be a different shape that is still, yeah, non-boxy, and then we finish up there. Do this one in the castle first. Oh, we've got a 7 on top. That's a tricky one. Anything hiding in here? No. Okay, let's go in the castle then. Mismatch. All regions must have different shape. Almost didn't look at the rules and made my assumptions. So, we're gonna have a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Well, we can start with this bottom right region. The green can't go down all the way to the bottom. So it has to go left at least one. Oh, it could go all the way to the bottom and left at least one still. So it can't exclusively go all the way to the bottom. It has to at least take that. But then it will need to take more. And it'll have to take one of these two. If it just took the one on the right, that would not be valid, because then you've got 2 shapes that are the same. If it took the one on the left, you would get 2 distinct shapes. Or it could take the 2 on the right. Oh, it can't take the 2 on the right, because then you have a mismatch, or a match. So, it has to be an S and an L. So now we've got 2 more shapes that we can start working out what to do with. This red can't go to the left without going up also, so it always goes up. Could be something silly like that. That also works. Many options up there. This. I think that can never be another region. So let's say it was. Yeah, if it was, you'd be forced to make some sort of duplicate region. So the green has to touch it. This set border. This red in the bottom left now has to at least go down one, otherwise it's again a duplicate. Has to go right one, because again it's a duplicate with another shape. That means this green has to at least go to the right one. I have a lot of half things now, and I'm not liking it. There's lots of like theoretical shapes I can see. Like I have a U and a P and then like a T. Maybe not so much a T. What about this green? It can't go right without also doing some other stuff. Oh, I mean, that does work. This red in the top corner actually is more fruitful. That can't go all the way to the right without also going to the left. Same again as this bottom bit. Has to at least take those three. It can't just take that or that. Which means it needs to always take that. If it just took that, or if it did take that, it would need to extend one over to not be a matching shape. Whereas if it goes to the right, it has options, but it always needs to take that. This green can't go to the right exclusively. It always have to take this. Now, there we go. We have some progress. That is set in the top corner now. So that gives us a little bit more to work with. That gives us this. Oops. Yeah, this red region can't go to the left. Because then it's stuck as a T, which we have a duplicate of. Has to go along one, has to go along two at least. Green will take up this bit. It can't be a little L, it can't be a T. That is now completed in the top corner. Now, what can we do in the bottom here to finish off? That's what we can do. Okay. Right, I'm going to take a quick stretch and fluid break, so I will be back in a few minutes. Suggest you do the same. Be back soon. Oh, and we're back. Hello. Right. I'm not sure what order to do these three in. So it feels like it should be bottom to top. But we start with a 4. Let's just go with the middle. Split it straight down. Right. There's windows. Non-boxy, of course. And precision. 4 area regions. So let's suppose start with that. What are all the circles in? This yellow right in the middle. If it were to go pick up that blue, no, I'm not sure actually. Different approach. This blue on the left hand side. Which red does that connect with? It's going to have to be this top one. Because if it was this one to the right, it would be straight. If it was this one on the bottom, it would be straight. And none of the others can reach it. So that is our first. Now that gives us this one as our next one to look at. Because this is the only one that can reach there. So that's that completed. And now, bottom corner yellow can only pick up this blue square. That's another one done. The next two that I'm looking at are a little bit less straightforward, but there are a couple of sort of blank spots that can't be reached by other red circles. So at the top, that needs to take them. It can't be a square, so it'll have to go to the right on the bottom line. And now this red circle finishes up the top. This red circle in the blue has to go to the left and down, and now it can only pick up this blue square. So that's that one done. This blue on the right now has to do that, but no other way to fill in that gap. This blue has to connect with this red, and that finishes it up for us. Okay. We'll do the... no, not that one. I didn't mean to click that. Do the other 3. Okay. Precision again, but only... red. Starting in the top right, I guess. Can't do a 2x2. So this needs to at least take those 3. It won't be taking that, because then we're leaving a 1x1. Which means this has to extend over. It then can't extend over 1 more to the right, because otherwise it has nowhere to get a kink in. So that completes that shape, that completes that shape. This now has to stretch out. This now also completes there. So this could go either way. If it goes over the top, actually, if it goes to the left, this red below it is forced to be straight, so it can't do that. It needs to at least go 1 to the left. Can't go all the way up on the right. If it were to go up on the left, actually, it'd force this to go up on the right, and then you'd be stuck with a 2x2. So this has to at least go up 1. And then this green has to come out and up. And then we've got a similar situation like before, but the opposite. So this can't go up, because then that would have to go along, and you'd have a 2x2. So that goes down, that goes up, and then we've got a T at the top. Last one, non-boxy and precision, and that is all we're going on. Okay. I feel like I could do a sort of, well, where can this actually get to kind of deal. And there, like the limits. But like there's a fair amount of options within that. Actually, something I think is more useful. We have these 2x2s. Quite a few places. They are going to have to be broken up. So you're gonna have to have like 2 regions going into each of those 2x2 sort of areas. Yeah, I think that's a lot more useful. Like, some of them are easier to do than others, like that top corner. This next one leads into it, though. With that. Which means this can only have 1 more. Which means this purple has to go up 1. And now it can't go down to make a box, so it goes to the right. We can use that same logic on the right here. If it did take any of these, it would only be taking 1. Be going up at that. So this purple needs to take that at least. We have a bit of flexibility on what can happen next. So let's look at this one instead now. There will be the 2 different regions. Feels like there's a few ways that this could go and still work, so that's probably the limit of what we can do there for now. We can probably do something with this bottom bit. It's a little bit different, but because of this, like, only 1 region is entering through this square. We just don't know which way it goes, but there will be another region there next to it. We can say that at most goes 1 more over. So this is a new region, which has to take at least 3, but then if it was going up that last bit, it would be a box. But it has to go to the left. That gives us that at the top finished. That there is now finished. This has to extend up. Which now means this purple has to extend into this 2x2. We could do the same actually with this green. So the most it can go is 2. So this is a new region here, which again, the most it can do is 2 down. So that goes across 2. It can't go any more than 3 to the left. So it has to go down here, which forces this green to go down 1 more. Oops. There. Oh, because this is 3 now, we can start doing something with this little bit on the left, where we started initially. And we can actually finish that bit. There we go. That finishes that. That finishes that. This has to extend up and to the right to not make a box. That finishes that and that and that. really good. Okay, I think that's all of the white pillars in this area. Seems like it to me. So let's do some more backtracking. Let's go do some of these hobbity hole ones again. Start with this one, shall we? Mismatch. Well, we've got straight off the bat a 1. So that means now none of these can be 1s. That gives us a 2 here as well now. That gives us that, which needs to be at least a 3. Same with this. This is a new region that's at least a 2. Well, no, sorry, at least a 3. They match, so that has to keep extending. They are now 1, 2, 3. That goes a bit further. I have to remember it's different shape now that I'm getting onto the 4s, not just the sizes. Different shape. You could still have a 4 if it was a 2x2. Actually, yeah, that could just do that. So that's a big L, that's a 3 long, and that's 2x2 in the middle. Hey. Again, we're given a 1x1 right off the bat, so we can start extending these little regions out. Have to be careful about not assuming certain things. So like these two could be a connected region. These two can't. And this purple at the bottom can't go up, because then it can't go left or right. Because it can't go right, it would be a 1x1 that's trapped. So that would be that. That'll also be a 2 then, and another 3, but in an L. So that's our 1, 2s, and 3s. So everything else going forward has to be at least 4. Which means this going around the top, because it can't go left or right. If it goes up, it makes two 2s. I don't think that can be green. As if it is, purple has to be the other side, which then gives us a little L, which we can't do. So that's this purple region, which then can't go to the left. Has to go to the right to take up this bottom corner, because nothing else would be able to go there if it doesn't. That's a T, so it needs to take at least one more. And then this at the top is 4, so that's our final bit there. We've not got a 2x2 yet, so yeah, this does connect up there and there. Okay, do this 4. This match all of those. Actually, no. These are the only 2 that I can say for sure. Oh, no, actually, I missed the precision 4 rule. Everything has to be 4. Okay. Actually working with shape size. There's going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 20. So 20 divided by 4. Five shapes. So there will be like one more sort of in the middle here. It's like the... Oh, I stumbled into it. Oops. Oh well. Yeah, that was one where I could not vocalize what I was figuring out. Hiding in the trees, I see you. Session 5. 4, 4, 4, 4. Fwa, 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 fwa. Hang on. Let me start with 25 we're working with. So there's another 2 5 regions in here. This one will be one of them. So, ooh. There's like 3 directions that all of these can go. And each one is like gonna go a different direction. But there's sort of, yeah, certain limits. So this orange can't go to the right because then that will block this area off from being completed. So that goes up or down. The same can be said for yellow, actually. So that means green has to, and that's green finished. Oops. That means we've got sort of this extra bit sneaking its way through the middle. Has to be at least those 3. And it will be different to whatever's up in the top here. It will be another region. We'll be taking one of those 2. Oh, it can't take that one because we've already got that shape. So that's that. That gives us this region which has to go there to be able to take enough tiles, but then that also forces that one, which forces the rest of the puzzle. Where is next? Oh, excuse me, yawn. Again. Let's mention polyominoes. Well, this can't go to the right. This is a little forced. Actually, I think it's very forced. Yeah. So, for starters, it has to go to the left once. If this was the straight edge, then it would be going up or down. If it goes up, you have 2 ones that you can't do anything with because of the mismatch. If it goes down, you now have a 3, which will be matching with this, so that breaks. The alternative is it's a 2 and a 1, but then you've got a 1 here, so that doesn't work either. So this does not go over to here, does that. And then we're left with a 1 in the top corner here. This can't go down 1, because then we're left with another 1. That has to go up. And then this will have to be a 3, because we can't have a 1 and a 2. This 2 can't go up, because then we're left with a 1. Can't go to the left, because we're left with an L. Has to go down. How can this fit in? Only that. So that gives us the last bit of the shape. I see you all the way down there. We'll come back to it. Ooh, that's a 2. How is that only a 2 when it's a brown pillar? That's surprising. Well, we're given mismatch and palisade, and we've got a 1x1 already. This has to escape, which hits a dead end, so that's a 1x2. This corner has to go up. Because it's already got the wall on one side. It's going up on the left or the right. It can't go to the right. Because then we're left with this, which is either a 1x1 or a 1x2. Neither of which we can do. So this has to go to the left. Can't connect with that now, so that's a new region. This has to be a corner. We've already got one wall, so we can put the other one in. Trying to figure out if this can connect up like this, and I don't think it can actually, because now you're stuck with a either 2x1 or 1x1, depending on how you connect this up. Or I suppose even that would force it to be a 1x1. So that shape is completed. This extends up. Neither of these can go into this corner now though, right? Unless both of them go into the corner. Yeah, so that is actually what they do. Both of them go into the corner. We have an L. This now needs to extend. Could extend up. That could be the same shape. This is a new region here. Separate from this one. This is also a new region. Excuse me. This is an S as well as that, so this does need to extend at least one more. Or, I suppose in either case, it's either extending all the way up there, or it's extending all the way over there. If it did extend all the way to the right, we end up with a little L. So, it doesn't extend to the right. It extends up. This is going to have to connect up both of them and give us a wall and a last 3x1. Didn't feel like a 2. Like, it wasn't hard, but to say a 2 feels a bit mean. That's a 5 up there. Let's see if there are any lower difficulty ones first. Yeah, there's a 3 and a 4. Another 4. So let's do these ones first. 3. Mismatch, precision, and polyomino. And already, with these 2 polyominoes, or 4 polyominoes, they have to connect up because of the mismatch. This one has 2 ways it could go though. So that one we're not sure of, but this one has to go that way. And then we can put a new region in here. Something about this top region though, actually, or above this W. Because let's say it goes that way. Then you have to at least go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it goes the other way, however, you can then take 2 off, and it would take those 2. But it would still be forced to take a certain amount there. So we can say it takes these 3. So that is somewhat useful. There's also this bottom region which will have to be at least these 4. Again, the W could go that way. Or it could go the other way and it could go up. But those 4 are set in stone. This is now a new region. This will be a new region up in the top left as well. Which will extend to the right one. So, is there anything I can do shape-wise. I see. I see. So, this W, if it goes this orientation, this purple area at the top is forced to be that, which then forces a duplicate. So the W has to go up. And that does a fair amount. That's 3, 4, 5 there. This completes to 5 there. This completes to 5 there. This has to take those two, and that was 5 on the side. Cool. Yep. We'll do this full. Just the mismatch on this one. So we've got a 1, so we can extend all of these out. This at the bottom can't stretch all the way around. But it can't stay like that either. Because then you either have a 2 or a 1. So that will have to go up. This will have to go down. Excuse me. Ooh, there, breathing can drink. Yellow, this yellow region. So I could still be 2 at the moment. Nor the mismatch warning just because it's that. But it can't be 3. If it was 4, you would force a 3 in the bottom. If it was 5, you'd force a 2, and if it was 6, you'd force a 1. So this is the 2. That's a 4S. This is a new region up at the top here. That is a region. This has to extend at least 1 more. It can't go down because it's going back on itself. This isn't looking right, but I can't figure out why. It sort of feels like no matter how I construct this now, it's not going to work. Done something wrong? What if that was the S, right? No, because then you stuck with that. There is at least one mistake. Okay. But what is the mistake? could be the 2 in theory, but is this right at least? This is all right. So that bit in the bottom right corner is. If we did that, actually, and then that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what I was doing there to not be able to see that. But it's done. It's matching precision 5. How do we start with this one? Well, how many are we working with? 20. So there's only 4 shapes in here. Right. And like in terms of bottlenecks, I mean, there aren't any. But there is sort of like a certain way that all of this can go together. Oh, that's just it. Like, sure. Okay, yeah, that's that. Oh, and there's one more 4 hiding down there. Oh, it's the same but bigger. There's a little bit more restrictions going on here, though, at least. So, I mean, that's our first region. That's nice. There'll be a new region there. This could be this region, but oh, this turquoise region can't go down. That has to go across. So we've got a new region here, which has to go down. Exclusively has to go down because we've already got 9 here. This would be the other side of it. It's not going to extend all the way over to there. There's multiple ways that could go, so I think I'm going to have to come back to that once I know a bit more about the top side. Ooh, something about this top turquoise region, or middle top turquoise region. I don't think it can go to the... Oh no, it could. So... Okay. If it goes to the left, it can't then go one more to the left, and it can't go up and down, or down. So, it has to at least go up here. And then it's either a little wiggle or a branch, a T, whatever that one's called, I forget. But then we're going to have this bit as a new region, which will take up at least those 4. And then it's going to be split. This is going to need to take 1, and then one of these 2 will need to take 1. But this, now, it can only take 1 of those, so it has to keep going to the left. It's a bit more pressure on this. Okay. Ah, there we go. And now this purple can't go to the left again because it would then duplicate, so it does go down. That gives us that as a shape. That gives us that as a shape. This turquoise now can't go along on that line anymore, because then no matter how you construct it, it will be a duplicate. So that has to go up and then along. And then we have a U shape there at the end. And then now we in theory have enough to complete this bottom bit. And it is those 2 shapes. There we go. Oh, and that's a gilded window. And I think that is all of the not really hard ones as well. So that's probably where we're going to leave it for today. Almost bang on 2 hours. Well, not including the 5-minute countdown, actually. Yeah. But yeah, we've got a 6 and a 7. No, another 6. 2 6s to do in this area. So we'll come back to them. We're leaving like all of these really hard ones though. So 6, 6, 6. 6. I knew there was something. Yeah, we'll be coming back to all of this stuff. Don't you worry. And yeah, next time we will do this other branch. So let's have a little sneak peek at what the rules are going to be. Boxy, it's the opposite. All regions are rectangular this time instead of not rectangular. So, look forward to making lots of boxes, I guess. Great. Well, thank you very much for joining. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Oh, hey Ken. Thanks for joining. You are welcome. Yeah, and see you on probably Friday. I don't know what I'll do on Wednesday if I do a Wednesday stream, but we'll see. Great. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.